Wait before you just go to the main part. Hi, hello guys. This is Medbits, your exam savior, and today we're going to discuss hypoxia from physiology. So let's begin. Now, hypoxia is one of the asked questions in university exams. Now, if you're getting this kind of question, now you are saved by me because it's very easy to learn. It's an easy 5 or 3 marker grabs. Now, don't miss that. Now, let's just begin. Hypoxia is oxygen deficiency at the tissue level. Now that's it. Now you know it. Now coming to the 4 types, which is hypoxic hypoxia, which means reduced oxygen, anemic hypoxia, which means decreased hemoglobin, which leads to decreased oxygen carrying capacity, also known as anemic hypoxia, right? Now coming to next, stagnant hypoxia, also known as circulatory hypoxia, where the oxygen is less, which means low accumulation in tissues. That's it. Now coming to next, histotoxic hypoxia. Now this is a condition where the cells are not able to use the oxygen which is present in the cells itself. Crazy, right? Now let's just begin. Now before you're just gonna start, make sure that you have a paper, you have a book, or if you're a screenshot guy, just taking last minute screenshots, that's also really good. Whatever is just good by you, just do that. I would just say you to write the whole thing in the PPT because it's very easy to learn. Just go by the way that you feel it. So let's just begin. Now coming to the first one, hypoxic hypoxia, where the arterial PO2 is reduced. Now PO2 means partial pressure of oxygen. Now oxygen content and oxygen saturation is decreased in this condition. So now the causes are there is less oxygen in inspired air as in high altitudes or closed room. Now high altitudes such as those who climb the mountain Everest, there is only less oxygen, so they will have to carry an extra cylinder so that they don't go through hypoxic. That's it, hypoxia. Closed room, like many of us have heard a case, something saying like this, right? There was a case in Saudi Arabia saying that a person who died in a closed room due to hypoxic hypoxia. It is very closed, no ventilation. Boom. Now coming to next, defective ventilation perfusion ratio. Now the next one is defective gas exchange and oxygen transfer due to problems in respiratory membrane. Example is pulmonary edema, right? Now decreased pulmonary ventilation as in asthma, paralysis of respiratory muscles, emphysema, airway obstruction, respiratory center depression, etc. Now emphysema means it's a condition where the sacs in the alveoli sacs, they tend to be damaged or enlarged, which is also damaged form. So that's emphysema. That's it. Coming to the next one, anemic hypoxia. Now in this condition, the arterial PO2 is normal, but amount of hemoglobin available to carry oxygen is reduced. So at rest, hypoxia is not severe, as in anemia there is more 2 to 3 DPG. DPG means diphosphoglycerate, which helps to release more oxygen from hemoglobin. So now during exercise, as we all know, it we need more oxygen during exercise. It consumes more than ever. So yeah. So what happens if this continues? It develops to hypoxia, right? What hypoxia? Severe hypoxia. Now causes is anemia, hemorrhage, abnormal hemoglobin. Compensatory changes are rise of 2 to 3 DPG, hyperdynamic circulation, increased cardiac output and heart rate. Then coming is increased speed of blood flow so that same hemoglobin can be used repeatedly to transport oxygen. More erythropoiesis due to more erythropoiesis in an attempt to correct anemia. Now coming to the next one, stagnant hypoxia. Now in this condition, there is decreased blood flow or sluggish flow to the tissues. So inadequate oxygen supply. Now the causes. Now causes are congestive cardiac failure, shock, circulatory failure, hemorrhage. Now there is something in common with other hypoxias, right? Now venous obstruction. Now coming to the other one, due to slow speed of blood flow or stagnation, blood stays for long in tissues, which is a bad news. As you can see in the image, the clot comes and pretty much you're screwed. Now coming to next is venous PO2 is less, and accumulation of carbon dioxide in tissues shifts the oxygen dissociation curve to the right, which means more oxygen is released to the tissue. Now coming to the next one, histotoxic hypoxia. Now in this condition, the oxygen delivered to the tissue is normal. So now what's wrong with it, right? The tissues cannot utilize it. Now why? Now there is an enzyme called cytochrome oxidase enzyme which helps to absorb it up, right? So now because of cyanide poisoning, the cyanide blocks action of cytochrome oxidase enzyme completely. It destroys it. So tissues cannot utilize oxygen. Then coming up next is vitamin B deficiency or beriberi, where also several important steps of oxygen utilization are also blocked. Then coming up is, since tissues cannot use oxygen, so values at venous end are similar to the arterial end. Okay guys, now we have reached to the summary of hypoxia. As you all know, the definition is oxygen deficiency at the tissue level, right? And there are 4 types of hypoxia, which is hypoxic hypoxia, anemic hypoxia, stagnant hypoxia, and histotoxic hypoxia. Now let's just pick them one by one, okay? Now the first one is hypoxic hypoxia. In this condition, the PO2 will be reduced. PO2 means partial pressure of oxygen, and then oxygen content and oxygen saturation level also will be reduced. So the examples are of what kind? As I said, the Saudi Arabian case where a person died in ill ventilated room, right? And then the second one you can remember is a person who climbs a high altitude place such as Mount Everest, right? So certain point when they reach, they'll go a condition called as hypoxic hypoxia. That's why they carry oxygen cylinders. So coming to the next one, anemic hypoxia. So in this condition, the PO2 will be normal, but the oxygen carrying capacity of the hemoglobin will be reduced. So it is seen in the cases such as hemorrhage, shock, and congestive cardiac failure, like that. Now coming to the next one is stagnant hypoxia. So in this condition, the blood flow will be sluggish to the tissues. So the same reasons can be hemorrhage and so on. Then coming to the next one is histotoxic hypoxia. In this condition, as we all know, it's a very interesting one where the cells have the oxygen but they are not able to use it because of the damage of cytochrome oxidase enzyme, right? And this can happen due to exactly cyanide poison. So seems like you all have done very well, and I hope you all do very good. Congratulations guys, you have reached to the end of the video, and I hope you all have understood the topic very well. And yeah, I'm gonna be very sure that you're gonna do exams real good, okay? Because you are really awesome and you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Now meantime, do a favor for me, smash that like button and that subscribe. So until then, see you next time. Peace out.